Greetings, my name is Pastor Iblis. This is a video response for Wise Monkey 888 in his video UFOs and Relentless Rectal Probing. I want to state right off the bat, I am an atheist. I base my conclusions upon facts and evidence. I do not go by wild superstition or fantasy ideas of mystical beings. I require evidence and facts in order for me to buy into an idea, to believe that it has any validity. But I'm going to start this off with the challenge that he lays out in his video. Here's that.
If there are any of you out there who have had contact with aliens, and I'm being serious here, if you are convinced of it, I would love to know. I'd love to know. And more than anything else, sincerely, and I'm being serious here, I would love for you to make a video response to me, if you've got the balls, to be honest, because it's fascinating to me. Fascinating. Now, please don't presume that I'll be flippant or rude to you if you do. I won't. I'll watch your video, I'll be interested. But I can bet you, I can bet every single one of you that believe in it, you can't provide evidence. You can only provide scenarios and stories.
While I can't speak for anybody but myself, I am definitely one person that does have the balls to take on the challenge that you've laid out, and to use a term that I've seen tossed around on YouTube, to totally pwn you in this video. The truth of the matter is, I'm not going to go into my personal experiences, frankly, because you would not regard that as evidence. Even though the only thing I will go into, very briefly right here, is a picture of the back of my neck that was taken about a year after an incident occurred. I had a battle with the Army over this very subject. Yes, I am still in the National Guard. There was a question in the Army. They wanted to try and get rid of me because the government has, for the past about 60 years, been actively trying to conceal the subject of UFOs and extraterrestrials. However, I had a video conference with a military doctor, and in the matter of about an hour to an hour and a half, the profile that was put on me was removed. I was cleared completely, and I am still in the military. The attempt to try and get rid of me because I was talking about things that, frankly, they wanted kept quiet didn't work. Now, since Wise Monkey 888 wouldn't regard that as any kind of evidence, that is all I will go into as regards to my own experience and why this subject has lights a bit of a fire inside of me. In the links that are below this, you will see links to the FBI vault that you can get downloaded. The 16 PDF files that the FBI has released regarding the subject of UFOs and aliens. There is also links to the NSA documents that were released, and I've highlighted certain NSA documents also in the links to take you directly to them. All of those are hard evidence that this subject is dealing with more than just crackpots. Do I deny that there are some people that could be off their frickin' medication? No. There are some crazy fucking people out there. There are some crazy fucking people on YouTube. Frankly, and that's another reason why I'm not going to go into my personal experiences that I've had in my life, because frankly, there are too many fucking idiots on YouTube, or too many people that are living in their parents' basement, that have nothing better to do. The term trolls that are seemingly getting off on pissing on other people for no fucking reason. So I see no reason to go into anything of a personal nature. I will stick with the facts and the evidence. The picture, as you've seen already in this video, is of an incident that occurred in 1952 where UFOs were buzzing the White House. This is not middle of America. This is not in the fucking woods. This is the White House. The White House, around the airspace around the White House is called a secured airspace. There was a game of cat and mouse that was going on with UFOs for over 4 hours one night. There is also a video called The Disclosure Project where multiple witnesses of high-level security clearance are coming forward willing to testify to Congress as to what they have witnessed and what they have documents to prove. Don't hand me this shit, Wise Monkey 888, that there is no evidence. There is a mountain of evidence. If you don't see it, it is because you don't want to see it. It is not because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. It all seems rather strange to me. And one other question I have to ask, and I'm being serious here. Why is it always in America? And why is it always in mid-America? You don't hear this sort of thing happening in the coasts, generally. It's always in mid-America and forest somewhere.
I don't know where Wise Monkey 888 is getting his information, but he has clearly not done any research on this subject. Because there are UFO hotspots all over the world, as the pictures that go with this will show. The idea that it is just middle of America, in the woods, the documents that I had highlighted prove that that is bullshit. Wise Monkey 888, why are you making up bullshit? You claim to want evidence, but yet what you spout is bullshit that you have made up. Cite your source, for these claims only come from middle of America. Cite your source, Wise Monkey 888. I am providing documents that clearly show, all the way back to 1947, that our government knew about what were termed flying saucers or flying discs. But these documents were classified until recently. This is 2011, Wise Monkey 888. If there was nothing to this, why would they have been classified for over 60 years? Why, if they were weather balloons, would they have blacked out areas, censored, or as the military terms it, sanitized? Why? Wise Monkey 888, why don't you give some explanations as to the reason these documents were termed classified for so fucking long? And how many more documents is the United States government suppressing, calling classified, because it pertains to things they don't want people to know?
And often suits, I suppose, the individual's psychology, rather than anything whatsoever to do with the reality of the situation. Now, optical illusions, okay? Now, I'm talking to people here who may have seen a UFO, alright? You may have seen one, you think, alright?
I do want to point out here that I will be the first to admit that not every claim that people make of a UFO or alien abduction or whatnot is true. There are crazy fucking people. I will not deny that. However, you cannot say that because there are some crazy fucking people that do suffer from delusional disorder, that everyone does. Not everyone is delusional. Not everyone is drunk. Not everyone is on drugs. You might want to ignore the facts. You might want to ignore the mountain of evidence. However, that shows your personal bias and your personal agenda and your ignorance.
Cylon coming to visit with a torturer's vibrator in one hand and I don't know, a ray gun in the other, so to speak.
I do understand that these type of references are what he terms as the flippant and what I would call the downright asinine remarks that idiots make regarding the subject of aliens and UFOs, largely out of fear, because they don't understand the subject, so they want to run their mouth and act like they know a lot when they know nothing. When you're quoting the bullshit from South Park or Hollywood, you're pulling shit out of your ass, poopy turds and all, and I am going to nail you on it. I'm not one of these jack-offs that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. You might deal with a lot of those. I'm not one of them. When I make a claim, I make a claim based on evidence, based on what I know to be true, not based on bullshit that's come from the media or from Hollywood. That's not a source, man. That is what is termed propaganda. And if that's what you want to push, you don't want the truth.
Have you not seen the early experiments with regards to optical illusions?
I'm going to end this video with what has to have been the dumbest thing to have come out of his mouth in his entire video. This is even dumber than the vibrators and ray gun remark, because the subject and the idea of optical illusions does not even pertain to UFOs or aliens or alien abductions. It just doesn't pertain to it. There are multiple types of optical illusions, some of them that are rather interesting, but they have nothing to do with anything supernatural or whatnot. It is interesting to view them and look at them. I found a few that you see before you. The spinning dancer is one that is rather interesting. Doesn't mean a damn thing. Well, that's a study of left and right brain and so forth. However, the subject of UFOs, extraterrestrials, and so forth is a very important subject because it deals with the reality. What is going on in our world. There's far more going on than we're being told. But people like Wise Monkey 888 want to act like all that is true is what the media puts out, or that if he doesn't understand it, it's not true. That's bullshit. That's based on his own arrogance and pride. Give me a break. This is Pastor Iblis.